In this video, I have the honor and privilege of rolling with Greg. Greg is a 55-year-old, 280-pound, newly minted Codella black belt. So he's an impressive guy, he's a friendly guy, and he's just so strong and big. So we're finally getting a roll for the channel. I don't really know what he likes to do. I may have only rolled with him once a long time ago. I didn't realize that Marek was watching from the side there. He's a old black belt, not old school, meaning he's been a black belt for a while. And this is open mat, and it's Marek's open mat. So he's sitting on my hooks. Even though he hasn't really rolled with me, I think that he knows what I like to do. I'm Mr. Butterfly Guard, you know. So he's just keeping a base. I'm really trying all my different moves to sweep him. I'm trying, but it's so hard because he's so much 100 pounds heavier than me and has such good base. So there's some furious wrist fighting there. Whenever he grabs my head, I clinch, I go on the inside. So as soon as he grabs my head, he leaves that opening for me to get my arm back. So I want the center line on the clinch. Even if someone's bigger and stronger, if you have the center line, it's more powerful. So here he wants to push down my knee and pass my guard. But as you can see, I have like redundant framing. So I'm framing with my two hands and my knee. So I'm kind of guiding where his pressure goes and making sure my knee doesn't get flattened. But I'm always threatening something. There I made space and brought my legs back in. If you want, you could rewind that. That's a very important principle, because if I would have stayed there, I might have gotten my guard passed. So when you can, it's always a good thing to make space. So here I was able to come up and just tip him over a dead angle because he had his legs sideways, so I knew if I pushed him that way, he'd have no base. And it's not that I was able to see it as much as feel it. So again, I mean, in all honesty, he's just bigger and stronger than me, and I'm trying to wrist fight. In my mind, I'm distracting him from getting up. Because if he, you know, he needs his hands, really. He wants to put his hand on the mat, technical stand up. What's the first thing you do? You put your hand on the mat. Make yourself light, stand up. But if I have control of the wrists, and with that forward hip pressure, even a guy that outweighs me by 100 pounds is going to have trouble just standing up. Not to say that he can't do it. See, he had to make a base for himself there with his elbow. But I'm really staying with some type of arm or wrist control. And when he does that, I'm stapling his leg. Right now, I'm doing the pass. If you watch my channel, this is a pass I've been working on. It's just like a leg staple pass. But here he brings me over to the other side. And he's able to maintain his knee shield. So yeah, this pass is, you're going to see it a lot in this video. My main way of passing, if I was competing, let's say, which I haven't, but if I was, I would definitely stand up right now and use my speed and try my best to pass his guard. But instead, I'm even on a black belt that outweighs me by 100 pounds, I'm still trying to work what I'm working on. And what I'm working on is a slow incremental knee staple. And if I could get it to work on him, I'm pretty sure it'll work on anyone. He's so big and strong. It's like things that normally would work for me aren't working. Like I'm trying to flatten my hip against his knee. I have his knees together, but I can't break his grip off of my right ankle. So he has that little grip. Basically, I think he has it even with one leg. I can't get it off. So I'm trying to strip it with my other leg while keeping him uncomfortable. So now I'm trying to back out. I have to free that right leg. I feel, especially since he's so big, I don't want to try to end up in half guard. I noticed some of the bigger guys in the school are good half guard players, kind of like Bernardo. And I came to find that out with Greg. So even though I knew at certain times he wanted to grab half guard and I defended it, but I didn't know how much of a game he had from there. So there I'm trying to strip his foot. Again, keep all my weight on his leg. This also prevents him from standing up. But there he made space and was able to regain that knee shield. Again, if you see, I'm right back to the staple. But he doesn't like that, so he pulls full guard. Another reason to pull full guard is if, you're getting a little winded. And when you pull full guard, once your legs are closed, that is a resting point, a resting waypoint for sure. So here I have double wrist control with my long, skinny arms. I know that's not going to do anything for me, but it prevents him from attacking, and it frustrates him, and it tires him. Because if my grip fighting is better, it doesn't mean that I'm going to win all the time. It means that his grip fighting is going to get tired before mine does. It becomes an efficiency issue. So his legs are super strong. I couldn't break out of his half guard. And now I'm in full guard. And they're long, so he's really got a good grip on me. And I just told him, I says, if you squeeze your legs enough, I would probably just tap from that. Ribs over 50. I want to make another channel, Ribs over 50, because your ribs are not the same, and they're skinny and fragile to begin with. You really have to guard them as you age. So here he opens his guard. What I look to do many times when I'm in someone's closed guard is just frustrate them with my hand fighting, because if I'm in your closed guard and you can't win the hand fighting, it's just a stalemate. If I'm in someone's closed guard and I can't win the hand fighting, if I have someone in my closed guard and I can't win the hand fighting, I'm going to let them up. Or I'm going to not let them up. I'm going to open my legs and go for an open guard. I do not enjoy playing closed guard. For me, it's just a time to rest if it's a tough round. So Greg really likes this knee shield, and it's super tough to get by it. Again, I haven't tried it standing. See, I know when I stick that leg out, that left leg as a base, I know he's looking to sweep in underneath it. So it really prevents how I can, and there he gets it. And I suffer the consequences of a really good sweep, which I told him immediately. I had the microphone plugged in. It did not work today. I'm going to have to invest in a new one. I'm very disappointed because we had a great conversation. That's Dylan in the background. He's also watching intently with Marek. Marek's hiding behind the wall watching. I, of course, don't realize any of this because I'm on the bottom trying to defend a giant. So here I don't want him to grab my head, but he just does anyway. He's able to pull his leg out. Now he's in like a scarf. So here I'm trying to be as relaxed as I can. Getting my guard passed is nothing new to me. But I still want to be defensive and I don't want to be submitted. Here I was thinking about tapping. The way he was leaning on me when I was on my side, the weight was incredible. There he had some really fast movement, especially for a gentleman of his size, dare I say. And here he just really just gets under my arm. I mean, I felt like there really wasn't much I could do to stop him. I knew what he was trying to do. It was irresistible. So he puts his leg behind my back, falls back for the arm bar. He left a little space. I was almost able to roll out. And there I tapped before he actually finished pulling my arm out, which I advise for a lot of people. There is no reason to let someone yank on your arm for 30 seconds or even 10 seconds, because that is how you get injured, believe it or not. When I say tap early, I mean early. Now, a choke is a little different. I know my limit. I know what it feels like. But when it comes to arms and Americana, if somebody's trying to rip a Kimura out and they're sitting on your head, I mean, you could go crazy defending, but I guarantee you it's in those instances, in those time zones, when you're going to get injured. And then it becomes a matter of, is it worth it? Is your ego worth it? So that's Dylan in the background. He's going to be in the next video. He's a blue belt now. I have videos on the channel when he was a white belt. I think even a new white belt a couple of years ago. I call him Mini-Me. He's my great little prodigy. And thank you for watching. If you want to help support the channel, I have an ex-martial link in the description. Anything you buy from that link is 15% off. Plus, they're having a sale right now. It's all no-gi stuff. It doesn't have to be Jits over 50 specific. Or you can just buy me a coffee. The link will be in the description. So, thank you for watching. I hope you all had a good holiday, if a holiday was in your lifestyle. And please like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you.